Back in Book 1 of Sailing Adrift, we completely refit our 1972 vintage sailboat in our driveway. And then we splashed it into the Columbia River. And guess what? It floats. So now we're gonna move aboard and live our lives on the water.
That's really commitment, yeah.
Last week we got our solar arch officially up and running after like 2 years in the making.
We have 300 feet of G30 chain coming. Everybody else says G4 chain or G40. We're going with G30. It fits our windlass gypsy. And I've heard from one person a direct quote that was basically that he's never heard of someone's chain breaking, firsthand or secondhand, in all the years of sailing. He basically said, your chain's not going to break. It's going to be something else that fails. So if that's the case, the G30 proof test at 5/16 should be plenty of strength for us. 300 feet. That gives us plenty of ground tackle. And I'm kind of going through the whole process of this right now. Our windlass is functioning great. Plugged it in and tested it. Goes up, goes down. If we need to, we can go manual. It's got all the features. Mirror Cougar. This is the 1000-watt version, the old one. You can tell because it has an aluminum housing and it has a cleat on it, which I think is a big bonus. But anyway, first thing we need to do is cut this hole, the hawse hole for the chain, and that's going to go into a stainless steel pipe that goes down into the chain locker that lives under the V-berth. It's going to be a multi-step process, and I'm actually kind of excited about our entire chain setup. I've done lots of homework, and I think we're in a really good spot for exactly what we're doing. Before I get to cutting though, I'll show you. So this is G30 proof coil chain. Fits in there perfectly. We have it from ACO coming. This is their G4 version of the same. You can tell because it's stamped right there. First things first, I got to cut a hole in the deck. Oh, lovely. Yeah. That there would be the wiring for the windlass. This isn't the first time I've done that, but it is the most recent. Cut right through that guy. I didn't even think I was down through the hole yet. Ah, that's gonna be tough to fix. God, that's annoying. Bummer.
Chris then proceeded to cut the capsule shape for the cover.
I have a feeling I'm gonna have to cut this back a little bit more, but we'll give it a test for it anyway. Yeah, we're pretty close actually. We should be golden. So I'm gonna do that, get it cleaned up, and get it ready to install. But I won't bore you with those details.
Thanks, that's so considerate.
Hey man, you're sitting on my chain. You actually are. We have 300 feet of 5/16 galvanized anchor chain, and I got to get it down this ramp, and it's going to be a little hairy because the water is at its lowest point that it could possibly be, so that means the ramp is as steep as it could possibly be, and we got to get this and all the other crap in here down. I think the plan is going to be to get a cart and throw the chain in the cart and then kind of belay it down the ramp with a rope. Henry's coming over to help me do this. I think we'll be able to handle it. We're gonna be prepared, but hopefully it'll be simple.
So this is what moving 400 pounds of chain out of a van and down a steep ramp looks like. Chris tied a rope to the van, which he then tied to the cart. See, we're trying to be smart about this.
All right, here's the plan. Henry is just gonna push it down, and then we're gonna hope it goes down the ramp to the Island Cafe and stops at some point. So we tied it to the van, and we're just gonna slowly lower it down. I think we should just go for it. Here, hold that for a second. Here, I got an idea. All right, here we go. Wish me luck. How are we on length? Here. 6 feet. 3 feet. Touchdown. This is the hardest part. Dude, he's got to keep going. More? Yeah, I'm just stuck here. Yeah. Give me like 3 feet. Okay. It worked. Henry's a lot more cautious than I am. This morning, I am working on the anchor chain. I've got that whole big barrel right there. And I've marked out 10 meters on the dock. Why go with 10 meters when I'm American? Well, I don't want to be thinking in imperial forever, but I know it's going to be a rough transition. So if I go with 10 meters, 3 sets of 10 meters, 30 meters is roughly 100 feet. So I can use that to help my conversion as I learn metric. So for the last 10 feet, we're going with rope, and that will be tethered in the anchor locker. And the reason why I have rope at the end is because if we ever need to cut it away quickly for safety reasons, obviously cutting through this is much easier than cutting through this. This is Henry's handiwork. It's strong. Then on this end, we're going to splice in a thimble and then a shackle and attach that in the anchor locker. None of the weight will really ever be on this line of rope unless we're all the way out, which is very unlikely, because you usually snub off your chain at the deck level, and that's what's taking the whole load. So the only reason we're really shackling it in is so you don't do something stupid and go whoop with the last little bit of rope in this case, and then have to go collect it off the bottom of the ocean while your boat floats away. So for the first 10 meters, we're gonna get this all lined up, then we're gonna mark it, and we're gonna line it out on this piece of cardboard and paint it red. So that tells me, caution, you're getting to the end. After that, I bought some chain markers that I'll show you in just a little bit. Going with Rust-Oleum high performance enamel. 15-minute fast dry, can you believe that? We're gonna spray this side and then spray the other side. There we go, that's some red chain and a red piece of cardboard underneath. Pretty happy with it. All it needs to be is a little red, and this is really red.
And this is what I came home to.
So what are you doing in there?
I am attaching this Harkin pad eye, this beefy boy. This is a beef boy. Grade A Angus beef. It's gonna start to stink in here.
It already does.
That's true. I glued down this pad. So that when the chain falls, it hits this pad. I would like to get like a little grate to kind of like set the chain up so it doesn't sit in a puddle, but it also has a drain in here.
We later repurposed an 8-inch cooling rack for baking, which did the trick.
So I'm gonna hook up this pad eye to this shackle, which will hook to the thimble, and then the rope and the chain will live in here.
It's a lot of hooking up.
Yeah, it's like one contiguous line. This pad eye will never be forced to take any kind of load, because if your chain is relying on the emergency pad eye and your chain locker, there's some problems going on. But this should be nice and strong if it needs to be. And if we need to cut it away, that's what the rope's for. Speaking of which, have you seen where my rigging knife is?
Oh, I thought that was a weapon.
I can wear it into like grocery stores on my belt and really look cool. Wear socks and shorts.
Yeah.
With a nice rigging knife on my belt.
Yeah, along with a fanny pack maybe.
Things are getting exciting. This boat's gonna be ready to like be completely off grid soon.
Now let's talk about our anchor.
Dusk has descended. I don't think Mantis should be blamed for the state of this box. I think we kind of beat the hell out of it. This is the Mantis 55-pound galvanized steel anchor. Package contains anchor fluke, shank, and roll bar. All the weight's in the fluke, which is probably good.
Seems like a good design.
Let's follow the instructions, shall we? Assemble the fluke and the shank as seen in the figure below. Then tighten the bolts from the bottom while holding the nuts on top. So the nuts go up. We're going to do all of this over this handy bolt catcher base.
back in with you later?
No, Kelly. I
You
got
had
this.
to watch the hour struggle here?
Yeah, this is compelling.
Yep. Night mode. Now time for the roll bar.
Well, I should angle towards the back.
I don't know, it's weird.
How do you know? Are you some sort of like naval anchor designer?
No, I'm not.
You're just a backseat anchor assembler? I spoke quite at length with Joe Mantis all about this system.
Joe Mantis,
Yeah,
like the guy who invented this.
yeah, Joe Mantis. He has a cousin that heads up their Mexican operation. His name's Jose Mantis.
That's not true.
All right, that is one assembled Mantis anchor.
No way, Jose.
Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
No.
Wait a second.
Is it on backwards?
Yes, the roll bar is on back.
I was wondering.
Please make sure the roll bar is angled back. See, now in my opinion, this is back.
Well,
Isn't it? Like,
what does the picture look like? Because it was weird how those didn't line up.
I guess, but man, if I say something is angled back, that's where my boat is. That's back. Fart. This was difficult. Probably they got enough questions.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like,
Look at the picture.
shut up, Kelly.
You did it.
I did.
It's all put together.
Yeah, and the fluke's going forward now, like it's supposed to.
That's huge.
Yeah. Weighs roughly, I'd say about 55 pounds or so.
Yeah. Good deal.
Okay.
All right. Should we go get some dinner?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
It's Taco Tuesday.
Now it's the next morning, and we're just lining out our chain so we can mark it. These are rows of 10 meters. 3 rows is 30 meters, which is roughly 100 feet. We're dividing them up like this so we know that our 3 marked spots are about 100 feet.
I need a tape measure just to be somewhat official. It's 1 foot shy. So the first marking will go 1 foot up this line, and then we'll do every other chain at that mark, and then we'll do the same down at that end. We got these to mark the chains. They go inside. We got 3 colors. So every time you hit the third one, you've hit 100 feet or 30 meters. It'd be a hard plastic, but they're like rubber. Huh, that is gonna stand for all of time, huh? Seems a little janky. It shows that they stand for all of time in the picture, so they must. There. Now we skip 2 more. This is getting boring. I'll just do this. The chain is marked, and because the red paint does a not so subtle job of marking the last 10 meters, we had extra red ones. So at each of the 100 marks, the reds, I put 5 in, 3 on the other ones, and we skipped 2 for each. So each of the reds has 5 going across. That's a nice contrast. That worked out nicely, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
If
green and
you're-
red, complementary colors and whatnot.
If you're colorblind, that sucks.
So I'm going to shackle this to that there anchor, to that anchor, and then run the rope inside and get everything up on the windlass, and then we'll tuck it all away nice and cozy in the old chain locker for the first time. How about that, Kelly?
That sounds great.
Why don't I have a swivel shackle? Well, did some research, and they're a regular point of failure, and people don't necessarily think they do much. So we forgoed the old swivel shackle, even though Mantis wanted us to buy one. And that's okay. I think we're going to be just fine without it. And if not, boy, will I have egg on my face as we float away. Ah. Need to sneak the thimble back in. Wouldn't go down the hawse hole with that in place. Or once the shackle's in, it's not coming out. Now we're gonna lock it in place here. That is attached and muy fuerte. Now I guess we'll just wait till Kelly gets home and load up the rest of the chain. One thing I have to do before she gets back though is put some seizing line on this, some seizing wire. So I'll do that real quick. Couple of twists here to tighten everything up. I'm gonna get these ends out of the way so that they don't end up getting hooked on anything. Pretty good. Nothing's hooking fingers or anything like that. So I'm gonna call that a success. That should be nice and out of the way, but also keep this from spinning. Sweet, looks good. Now we just gotta hope no one needs to use the dock before Kelly gets back, besides these ducks.
A while later, I had returned with some extra crew.
We are rolling up the chain and manning this button. Jack is on the inside, making sure the chain doesn't get all bunched up. Right, Jack?
Yeah.
Got it.
And Owen is on the dock feeding the chain while Chris is at the bow over the windlass, signaling for me to stop and start.
How we doing, Jackie?
Just a few 100 feet more.
Okay, hang out there. I'm gonna help with the anchor. I'm just gonna throw the anchor in the water because I want to see it come up normal. Oh, this makes me nervous. There it goes. Go fairly slow, Cal. Give me like a 2-second burst. Go! Stop! All right, there it is. Go ahead and go, but be ready for a loud stop. Go.
That wasn't even loud.
Go.
It stopped.
Go again. Stop. Good. It's locked in.
Yeah,
Look at that.
there we go.
Well, good. It fits great. It really does. Like, it's like in there, and it came in and like snubbed up without us even having to touch it. No, it came out of the water sideways, turned itself the right way, and pulled itself in without us doing anything. Let's see how the chain looks. We could put like another 200 feet in there if we had to. First bit of wet on our new Mantis anchor, 55 pounds. And when it was deployed, man, we didn't even move. Like, the boat was just rock solid while it was in the water. Didn't you think, Owen?
Yes, yes I
The boat
did.
didn't even rock.
Hey you, thanks for watching. If you like what you see and you want to keep following along, become a subscriber. Just hit that subscribe button below. And special thanks to our Patreon crew. We really appreciate your support.
We are right on the edge, and I almost put the chain in there, which I thought might create a chain reaction. How about that? Insurance purposes, we'll just film this.
Your face looks good on film.
Thank you.
Yep.
It's the only one I got. Oh, there's so many packets of lubricant. Goo it right up, you know.
Oh, that is a lot of goo.
Yeah.
Looks like a accident.
Should be a snap. Right, Duck? I feed them, and now they crap on everything. It's awesome. Looby looby looby. Look at Owen's pretty face. He shaved it. He doesn't look like a homeless anymore.